now one thing is left, that what all the different import statement we have. Okay. So we have the different import statement. First of all, you can write import math. Okay. Writing this will be importing the math module into your current namespace. Okay. Or in your global namespace. So if you will print the current global namespace here, so you will see dir is showing that math is not available, right? Math is available anywhere? No, right? But when I execute this, and then if I'll be printing my global namespace, it will show that math is available for us. Okay, fine. Now, so inside math, what all methods or what all attributes are available? If you want to check, you can write dir of math. That will be giving you the list of methods and attributes available inside the math module. And if you want to use any function inside this, so see, math module is available to you directly, so you can refer to the math module. But if you want to use any function, you cannot use them directly. So like you cannot write sqrt. Here you have sqrt somewhere, sqrt function inside the math module, but you cannot use it directly because it is available inside the math module, and this sqrt is not available into your current global namespace. It is available inside math. Yes, math is available to you, so you can write this way, math.sqrt. So the thing which I want to say, that if you are importing any module, and inside that module if any function or attribute or variable is there, you want to access it, then you have to give this reference of that module and then the variable or method name. Okay, fine. Now there is another way of importing it. So for example, if I will restart this and if I'll check my current directory, so in this you will see that math is not available, correct? And no function is available. So you can write from math import sqrt comma pi. Okay, these all are the two values. Means two attributes, or sqrt is a function and pi is a variable. We are importing it, okay, of constant. So if I'll be executing it and then if I'll be checking the directory, I will see that these two names are available into my current namespace, which is sqrt and pi. Okay. So if I want to use this sqrt and pi, and since these names are directly available to me, so I can directly write sqrt of 4 now. Okay. But now you cannot write math.sqrt because math name is not available. You cannot find math name here. Okay. You cannot find math name. You have not imported math. From math, you have imported these two things. So you can use them directly. Okay. This is another way of importing. There is third way of importing is you can rename the module. So if I will be checking the directory again, so these things are available to me. Okay. These things are available to me. And in that case, if I'm importing math, I can rename the module. I can write as M. Executing this, and then you will be checking your directory. It will show you this M is available. This M name is available. But math is not available. So now you have renamed this math module as M. So if you want to use any function inside that, so you have to give this name m.sqrt of 4. You cannot write math.sqrt of 4. That will be giving you the error. Why? Because math name is not available into your global namespace. Okay. So you'll be using this name only. Fine.
Yeah.
There is one more way of importing is you can write from math import star. Okay. Now what is the advantage of it? So if you will be writing here directory, so let's just see that when you imported math, only math got imported. As of now, we have nothing, right? We have just this basic things available inside our current namespace. So when we are writing from math import star, and then if I'll be checking the directory, it will show you that all the methods and all the functions which are defined inside the math module, they are available to you directly. It means all the functions are available inside the math module. So if I'm writing, let's say from sys import star, then everything from sys module will also be imported. Then let's say if I'm writing from OS import star, then from OS all the names will be imported into your current namespace. So this is a huge list. This list is increasing module by module. We should not follow this. It is not recommended to do this kind of import. Try to avoid it if you can do that. Okay. It gives you one advantage that you can use any function out of it, but you are not going to use all of them at a time. So what is the use of importing all of this and corrupting your current namespace or global namespace? Okay, because in general, whenever we do the import, we don't use all the functions defined inside any module, right? Correct. Yes, let's say if it is user defined, then in the user defined, we will be having limited functions and variables. So yes, you can do import star there, but for the built-in modules, don't do import star, okay? Okay, one thing I missed, that is the documentation. Okay, so this is simple thing. When you define the function, any function, okay, anything that you write in the very first line and kept inside the triple quotation, okay, remember this, that considered as the documentation file, means that function. Okay, and then you can write the code here. Now if you call this f1 function and execute this, so this is nothing, we just execute this and there is nothing inside it which is not doing anything. But if you want to find the documentation, you can write doc double underscore, it will be giving you the documentation for this. Okay, so remember, anything which you write inside the triple quotation and in the first line after defining the function, that comes under documentation. Okay, so with this I'm ending the discussion on function and modules.